Yo, welcome back. Welcome back to the divine message from the divine, from the Holy Spirit. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what the divine would like you to know. The dreamer, sleep, dreams, visions, inspiration. Okay. Spirit is saying to prioritize your sleep. That it's a good thing to be tired. It's a good thing to feel tired, to be naturally tired. Christ child, birth, children, learning, new beginnings. Okay. You're a Christ child. Spirit is saying you are here. You are here listening to this reading because you are a Christ child. Page of Swords, eagerness, enthusiasm, future potential. You know you hold potential to be anything you want to be. And you prefer to be in the light. You prefer to be with Christ. You prefer to be Christ. So maybe you're hard on yourself. Maybe you've always known this potential of yours. Maybe there is pressure. The Spirit is saying the best way for you to support yourself right now is to rest, is to dream. Allow yourself to dream. Allow yourself to get visions that come from nowhere. Allow yourself to get inspiration from the deepest parts of yourself. Spirit is saying that you're looking for inspiration. You're looking for the next move, but you have an awareness that you are a Christ child, that you thrive in purity. You thrive in soul-to-soul connections. You have a Christ consciousness. And instead of relying on external forces to give you your inspiration, Spirit is saying that the best way for you is to allow your subconscious to gift you. Your subconscious holds the fruit. And I think that's this new gift you're tapping into. I feel like you're asking Spirit for new inspiration. You're asking for new things to speak about, new things to write about. And Spirit is saying that all those things you seek, they're stored within you. And you've known that. People have told you that. We hear that all the time. But it's actually a process to uncover it, decode it. And there's parts of you that you can only feel when you're relaxed, when you're not thinking. There's parts of you still to be discovered purely through surrender. So Spirit is saying that is your eternal abundance. That you can always fall back on purity. You can always fall back on dreaming. that no matter how hard you search, no matter how hard you try, no matter how much you want it, how determined you are, determination could get you very far, but not as far as surrender, not as far as dreaming. That both are gifts. That if you're able to be determined and unlock stuff in the external world, carve things out in the external world, discover parts of yourself in the external world, and also fall back and dream and explore within yourself, then that is a powerful balance. So you can be both overly ambitious and incredibly surrendered. So Spirit is saying they're walking you through how to do this. And it's a day-by-day process. And you'll see that if you're feeling good, if you feel proud of yourself, if you feel like you had a balanced day and you're able to sleep, then you're on the right track. If you're able to sleep at night, you're on the right track. And if not, then that's fine, because you put in work on the other side. Spirit is saying that none of this work goes in vain. That if you put in work in your daily life and carve things out in your external world, that work is still useful. It's still powerful. So maybe there's days where you don't sleep. Maybe there's days where you're just purely obsessed. There's so much to explore in the external, and that's fine. That's perfectly fine. That doesn't mean you're not balanced. You could always fall back on your rest. But Spirit is saying that the rest is extremely critical. Sin of sloth, laziness, sleep, tiredness, rest, relaxation, and home life. Hmm. So maybe you have been resting. You have been resting, but it doesn't feel much like rest sometimes. You're restlessly resting because you're figuring out what you want. I feel like this eagerness, this enthusiasm, this determination in your daily life, it's brand new. It's brand new. That you're not very far from being the Christ child, the pure child. Spirit is saying that you are really just starting to figure out what you want, to figure out what you like to do in your daily life. So that's why even rest feels restless. Because you're looking for something to focus on. You're looking for a reason to live. Okay. So maybe that's why you're here. You're concerned. You don't know why. You don't know what you're doing this for. King of Coins, hoarding, inheritance, unwillingness to share. Night of Birds, adventure, excitement, movement. So Spirit is saying, if you don't know what you're doing this for, if you don't know why you're getting up in the morning, what you're trying to figure out, what you're exploring, that is fine. That is normal. That is nothing to be concerned about. And that is actually where you're expected to be at. That's actually a sign that you're doing great. Because Spirit is saying this is a fresh start. That everything that you thought was progress, everything that you thought was success in this world, it's restarting. So you're not supposed to know right now. It's like you're reborn as an intuitive being. And as this newborn intuitive being, the mind that you used to work with is no longer needed. So you're using your mind in a brand new way. So maybe your mind used to think, how do I make money? How do I be successful in this society? And God is saying that God has taken the wheel of your life. Your mind now works in a Christ-like way. The old way of thinking doesn't work anymore. You're now pure intuition, pure fire. And the way you live is going to look very, very different, more free, less rigid, more adventurous, more excitement, more movement. It's like you're a baby again. Okay? So treat yourself that way. Don't be too hard on yourself. Remember that you are a baby. I'm hearing The Wonder of You by Elvis, but I'm hearing the wonder of youth. It's the wonder of youth. You're a young soul. And there's wonder in that. You get blessed even when you don't understand why. You're being held. You're being held by your spirit guides. You're being held by the mother. Whether you like it or not, whether you think you're bad or not. They see you. They know your heart. They're holding you, and they're making sure that you live this beautiful, adventurous life. So you're being held. You're being held like a baby right now. Okay? All right. Well, I'll leave it there. God bless you. Peace.